But the Beatitudes are our specific focus here, and it is here where the teachings between Matthew and Luke differ the most. And I'll let Kent Hughes summarize the differences in the Beatitudes for us. He'll give us a big picture. He says, Luke's Beatitudes do not focus on the positives, as do some of Matthew's. Blessed are the pure in heart, and so on. The sermon in Luke only includes the negatives, such as poverty and hunger. And also, the woes that follow Luke's Beatitudes have no parallel in Matthew's sermons. And Luke's Beatitudes are given in the more personal second person, you, rather than Luke's third person, they. Lastly, the language that Luke records is much more stark and physical than Matthew's account. For example, Matthew says, blessed are the poor in spirit, while Luke simply says, blessed are you who are poor. And so I conclude that Luke presents a separate sermon preached on a separate occasion with a distinct theological intention. And I agree with that conclusion. Okay? Indeed, if the disciples heard this theme of blessing on two separate occasions, right? One being preached directly to them here in this account, and then one being preached to them and to the great crowd in the occasion of the Sermon on the Mount, then that only highlights the importance of what Jesus is teaching to them here, right? Indeed, as Hughes mentioned, notice the structural differences between the Beatitudes here and those found in Matthew. In Matthew, we saw there were 8 Beatitudes, right? But here, there's only 4 Beatitudes listed. And yet, Luke does include 4 corresponding woes to each of those Beatitudes, which brings the total number of statements in this passage to 8. And so now, as we've been saying, the purpose of the Beatitudes in Matthew is to describe the character of the Christian. The Beatitudes in Matthew, they gave us a portrait of the citizen of Christ's kingdom, and we are meant to evaluate our hearts accordingly. But if these blessings and the corresponding woes that we have here in Luke were given on a distinctly different occasion, here's the big question. How does their purpose differ from Matthew's Beatitudes? It's the big question that I want us to answer, okay? And hopefully, as we walk through this passage, by the end of it, hopefully we'll have an idea for how to answer that question properly.